Hi everyone. So this case has to do with an agitated man on an acreage complaining of chest pain. So this is the call we're off to into rural Alberta for this. And so here's what we got. 28-year-old male with an unknown medical history. The wife first phoned the police to attend, and then the police phoned you because the patient was acting strangely, maybe a little bit disoriented, but definitely complaining of chest pain. So that triggered the police definitely to phone you. No history of trauma, no signs of trauma. And the scene is a rural farmhouse. Looks reasonably safe in that police are on scene. Here is a look at your patient. He currently appears awake, alert, and oriented, and or let's say awake and alert, and is walking around quite agitated, complaining of pain, wondering why no one will help him, keeps asking the same sort of questions over and over again. What do you want with me? I've got pain in my chest. Leave me alone. So maybe when you're talking in terms of debriefing this and writing down your solutions, it'd be also interesting to know how you would tackle this man's sort of psychological state and what you would say to him to try and get your cooperation. And not sit down, shut up, or you're going with the police. Something a little higher level thinking than that, please. So definitely some evidence of alcohol use on scene. You can smell beer on him. And so the police get him calmed down. They get him sitting down so you can approach him a little bit. And you decide he's probably around 100 kilograms. I nearly said 100 kilometers. That's a big patient, but 100 kilograms. Again, no signs of history of trauma, either self-inflicted or otherwise. GCS is 15. He does not seem disoriented now, but he still seems fairly agitated in his demeanor, although the police have calmed him somewhat. So as you can see, his airway's open and clear. He's actually talking to you, even though he's not exactly communicating the way you would want in terms of interrupting with questions and help me and not really listening to your answers. Respirations are 22 a minute and shallow, and he's got a strong bounding pulse at about 126. So some initial interventions. I'm not sure what you might want to do here, but again, let me know what you do to talk to him and sort of psychologically calm him so you can do all the things you want to do to him. It seems that the wife is admitting now to the police that the patient often uses meth and cocaine. Sounds like it was cocaine today mostly. He's a long haul trucker and he needs to stay awake. On your physical exam, and I know before you go on physical exam, you're going to be asking your partners to do vitals and get an intravenous line and all those sorts of good things, or maybe a saline lock on this patient. So he is very warm to touch. Temp is 38 degrees C when you take it with vitals. Again, no signs of trauma. Pupils are equal and reactive, and all of your neurological exams that he will now let you do because you've talked to him so nicely seem normal. Allergies clear and equal, chest is unremarkable, abdomen unremarkable. So your partners are probably back with the vital signs now. So let's take a look at those. And I'll have a 12 lead for you shortly. I think your partner's just working on that too. So this is without interventions. This is a room air sat of 96. And he's breathing a little bit fast. EtCO2 probably not unusually a little bit low for that. I'll let you take a look at the 4-lead ECG, and that is his current blood pressure, so something to think about. So those are current vital signs. And let's see if your partner's so slow today, but let's see if he's got that 12 lead back. Oh, here we go. There's a 12 lead for you to have a look at. Now the rate on this 12 lead is lower than the one I would wish for your patient, so you'll have to use the power of imagination here to just imagine this is the same 12 lead except a little bit faster. So obviously pause the video if you want to take a better look at that. And in terms of gathering your ample, there's no allergies that the patient knows of. Obviously, he's used cocaine and meth in the past, and he does admit that today he might have had a little too much coke. His past history is nothing particularly unusual other than this cocaine use, and he's been drinking beer for most of the afternoon, had lunch earlier, and the events are as described. So, as always, my question is, what would you like to do now? So, thanks for listening.